What's my confidence? My cocaine, my heart desire, give me nothingness. I know they're tired, cause you give me ginger, all the 5 minutes. You're my true lover, my mommy water, give me happiness. Stop drinking, babe. Tequila done hits me for leaving. It's like that indigo, it tastes so diva. Anytime that I smoke, this girl's been looking like wife materials. Is it good sometimes? If I see I'm fine, how I feel inside, I won't let you know. I am super high, I can feel my eyes. They say love is fine, but I can't see you. Oh yeah, the fantasy, 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 the fantasy.
Uno momento, 1 minute, about to get started here. Gold's breaking. Looks like gold's breaking. About to get started, guys, 1 minute. Give me 1 minute.
What's my confidence? My cocaine, my heart desire, give me nothingness. I know they're tired, cause you give me ginger, all the 5 minutes. You're my
About to get session started here. Oh no, memento. Let me know if you guys can hear me good. Bitcoin buys. What's going on with Bitcoin? Everyone's talking about Bitcoin. It's dropping. Yeah, I haven't looked. Like, I look at the price every day, but I haven't been looking at it to trade it. Haven't been analyzing it day by day like gold. So you gotta do is something like that too. Like, Bitcoin moves a lot, so it's something that you gotta put time into. Kind of like the time I put into gold. If you're gonna trade it, you guys see the time that I put into. No sound. Sounds good. No. You guys see the time I put into like gold, you know, just gold. So like Bitcoin, similar in that type of sense of approach with market time commitment. Because how much it moves, how much you may need to keep an eye on it, trades that, entries that could be found. Moves a lot. $84,000. Nice resistance there. $85,000. It tends to have like a bigger range, like, you know, like look at that 84,000, 85,000. There's resistance there. There's not like a whole lot of support here. It could come down to like 80. Unless you're looking at like a 30-minute chart. Looking at this low, kind of like this morning, like gold, how gold had that low this morning. Maybe that area holds like for a scalp, but I haven't been focusing on Bitcoin enough to want to take a trade on it. Like, I can analyze it short term, long term, different areas. Like here, this low, maybe there's some support in here. Well, for me, I'm holding Bitcoin, so it's more just like I'm holding it for a bigger move, long term, you know. So day by day, if I look at it day by day, you know, I'd want to catch some good trades. It'd be like good to scalp, day trade maybe. Watch some of the whole numbers. I'd have to watch it every day to get kind of used to certain price movements in certain periods, because I was trading it a lot in here, so I was really on it then. I wasn't watching gold as much. I was really just on Bitcoin, so I was more on it, keeping up with the price action times, how it was moving at some times of the week. There's some things I'll have to go back to and remember, but I haven't been trading Bitcoin like that. Seems like where the week starts, like the week's either gonna, like the week either finishes higher or lower. Fridays and weekends are interesting with crypto, like where the kind of like gold with the Friday reversals. I gotta show something one day. I'll prepare a lesson on that one day. I don't want to make it random right now, but I'd have to go back to some of the things I was trading and remember some of the experiences over here and kind of just back test some of the trading experiences I had, because I remember I was glued to Bitcoin, like all in here trading it. You're at like 83,000, so like when you're analyzing it, you can use whole numbers too. Like when you're looking at Bitcoin, every $1,000 would be a key level, because traders worldwide, any type of trader worldwide, so retail, big traders, small traders, algorithms, you could say smart money if you want, like institutions, we may like to say whales in the market, whales. So if you mark every $1,000 on Bitcoin, it's a good way to start. Or even every $2,500. Every $1,000 used to be like a big move. Now, well, because I've been watching Bitcoin for 10 years, right? So, you know, a couple $1,000s used to be like, well, it's a big movement. Oh my gosh, what's happening with the market? It's crazy. Now you get $10,000 moves in a day, $5,000 moves in a day, couple $1,000 movements in a day. I've been watching this thing for 10 years, right? So I've seen volatility change over time, and it's never changed. Like, it's always been crazy. But if you want to, start somewhere, maybe drawing some lines on the chart every $1,000 on Bitcoin at the zeros, you might get better at doing this. The key is watching price and getting like a sense of reactions. Because you could put every $1,000, but that's kind of like putting like every $5 on gold. It's not like, it seems like, oh, it's a decent distance, but it's kind of small. I would say presumably. It's like, when we look at gold, we put every $10, every $5 in different ways, every $25. We could do every $1,000. You could even do every $500 on Bitcoin. That's where it gets crazy. The 500s are also key, but you mark every $1,000 like so. You can use these levels, different strategies, different approaches. Obviously, it's like support and resistance to start off when you're looking at them from hindsight. 85,000. You can see, so like think like it's like when we look at this with gold. Gold, I find, for me, easier to time. I don't know. I'm just more used to trading gold. So like from hindsight, it's just like you can see a lot of reactions, and you got to think like, why do those reactions happen the way they do? Some of them are quicker than others. There's traders maybe setting orders there ahead of time, right? It's going to be a psychological number. So when you look at these prices, often you'll see kind of like what we do with gold, reactions. Not even kind of like pretty much what we do with gold. Every $1,000 it might seem like, yeah, it's good because you can see a lot of reactions, but they don't hold every $1,000 because $1,000 is like a short distance, really. So there's a lot of breaks, go to the next level. If you follow it the whole way down, if we start from like here at 85,000, market breaks underneath 85,000, goes down to 84, pushes through 84, then a little reaction off of here, keeps breaking, retesting. So it's a better way, like a more laid back way to do it would even be like every $2,500. If you're keeping up with the charts and the price, you might get used to seeing the market, at these prices so many times, depending on how much you're keeping up with Bitcoin, watching it. And it's different times of the day, different phases, how it moves. Like we trade with gold, similar concept, where you'll see a lot of buyers come in or sellers at these prices. A lot of reactions near them. Like here, there's a nice play with the market where it goes with this low, and then it makes this high, and then we make a lower low at 77,000, but then from there the market makes a higher high. So there's like some structural movement here with price where you can see this nice pullback to like 79,000. Boom. Market goes up, makes a higher high. So maybe not like you have to look at every single price every moment. You could line it up with some analysis, but orders. When we talk about like orders, you're gonna see a lot of orders around these prices. Like 82,000 was hit here. Market spikes up. Now it's at 83,000. So when you're looking every $1,000, like scalping even, probably very useful for scalping as well. Market pushes up, and then it comes down. Now it's back at 83,000. You can see 82,000 right here. Oopsies. Oops. This reaction right here, 82,000. So I've watched Bitcoin a lot for 10 years and crypto in general. You know, like Ethereum a lot too. So I've seen a lot of these reactions. If it ever went to trading it, keeping on it like I do with gold, right? I would focus some of the same things I focus on with gold. Maybe try to be a bit more patient because when it comes to crypto, the market is very, very fluid, very leveraged, a lot of liquidations that occur. It's very reactant and fast to news because the speed of crypto. So again, like things happen faster in crypto because it's quicker in general, right? How you can send, how you can sell, receive crypto, the whole operation of it very fast, right? So it's very reactive to news, right? Events, situations, quickly, might respond quicker, especially, you know, especially being 24 hours, 24/7. So even like putting some of like the prime numbers, like 90, like starting off with like prime numbers, like okay, 90 is a pretty prime number, then going to 80. Those are pretty prime numbers. That's $10,000 apart, right? So those are like, I would say, pretty prime whole psychological numbers, zeros. Starting off like that, going with numbers like this, 110. You can see we almost hit 110. We pretty much did. Oopsies. Go in there. Oh, dirt. You could start off with like going every $10,000 apart. So those are bigger numbers, obviously, $10,000 distance. More of a prime number, right? When we're talking about its wholeness, 80 to 90. So we have all the 80s in here. Inside this range could be good for scalping or breakout direction. If the market breaks above 90, it could go farther, or if the market breaks below 80, or even buys underneath 80, because it would probably go underneath 80, drop towards 70, find a new buy. Right? We could go 80 to 70 down here, right? So in terms of like the whole numbers, like setting up some lines on the chart, simple to do. Horizontal line, very easy. We're just marking them every $10,000 apart at the whole number. You could start at a number like $100,000, and you could go, okay, what's $10,000 up? 110. You know, what's $10,000 down? 90, 80, 70, etc. Right? Same thing we do with gold. Zone these out. So there you go. You got, again, I could go down more, you know, up more, but like this is good for the chart that we're on right now. What we can see in front of us. Good way to start, and then like you can go in the middle of these, like you could go 105, 95, 85, 75 in the middles. But these numbers, like if you follow price up, when we came to 90, you can see we stayed above 90 for a while. Market stayed above 90, it pushed above 100. Overall, there's a lot of support at 90, and then Eventually, there was a period where 100 became some support, broke underneath, went to 90. And recently, look where we stopped, 80. We went a bit below 80, actually. We wicked through it. But you could see $80,000 there holding price. You could see $90,000. We did spike above it, but went back below, came back. So these could be good levels to keep on your chart. I'm like 70,000 down here. I think from the looks of it, this may want to go down to 80. Maybe there's a reaction there. Crypto's really volatile. Like, you can get situations like that, wicks through zones. But like, if you were to just think, like, look at, okay, 90,000. Every one of these levels have had some support on them. You see 100 and 90,000, 100,000, 90,000, 80,000. So if you're looking for like timely entries that may not come like when you want them, and anytime you look at the chart, so that's like the point of not rushing trades. If you want timely entries that could react more likely, these are good prices to keep on the chart, but it's not like there's going to be a trade every single day, right? So when I say, that's what I mean, like more timely. When it's there at price. Won't be there every day, but these are good levels to monitor price at. Like, presumably thinking, like, imagine, so just like kind of theoretically speaking, if we went below 80, we'd probably drop closer to 70 or try to go to 70, maybe even react off of that level. Like what it did at 80. Go down, react off 70. Now that might not happen today, tomorrow, this week. That could happen next months from now. It just depends on how price works. But I showed you guys two ways. You know, you could, with the every $1,000. That's like now if I have like, so right here, if I have, I got 90,000, 80,000. So I could go in the middle to 85,000. Right. Simple. And then you could even go in the middle of that, right? Kind of like we do with gold, right? Like, other than $1,000, these are, like we do with gold. That would be like going 0, 75, 85, 50, like we do with gold, 25, 50, 75. Putting every $1,000, that was the first thing I showed you guys. It's a lot of lines. It becomes a lot of lines, right? If you have line. That's where it's good for even smaller time frames. Like, you'll see a lot of reactions on smaller time frames. It might seem like a lot of lines, so it's even better to view it on a smaller time frame. 84,000. We're at 83. So see, the market just kind of tapped 83. Bam. You'll see the market very sensitive, like, like support and resistance bounce off these prices, around them. So if you like crypto, if you like Bitcoin, gold too, like similar stuff we do with gold. Gold trying to break from the looks of it. I did say we could probably get a break above $3,000 on gold. It's already happening beginning of the week. We did talk about this before the week started. If anyone was on this morning session, we were looking for buys this morning as well. This morning, let me know if you were on that session this morning. Let me check. mean, it could be a mix of time frames. Watch could be a 30-minute chart. There's no specific time frame that I always just enter. If I'm like, I'm an all-around trader. I can kind of manage multiple time frames. There's no like 4 hour. I'm sort of all around, so I can manage multiple time frames. Like, if I wanted more accuracy all the time, like, I'm pretty accurate myself on multiple time frames. But if it comes down to just like accuracy, I would just be a 4 hour time frame trader. If you're on this morning, we did talk about buys. I was literally looking at the 30-minute. Like, I was looking at the 30-minute this morning, and I was looking at this low here, and I was literally saying this morning, for instance, we might like. I was looking at the chart for a bit, and I was saying we might have a scalping setup. Remember, like, watch this morning session, guys, because there was a part I was literally saying we could come down and still make the move. We have like a scalping setup here. I was looking at the 15 and 30-minute chart this morning. This morning we were getting wick rejection on the 15 and 30-minute. Candlesticks were closing bullish, 15, 30-minute. I was saying this morning, remember I was saying even about stop loss if I was to enter, everything, and then it came back, it went up. And then it even came back down to the zone again, and I was still saying like this. I was still saying this come down and still work this zone. Like, sometimes, like, when you get to a period where you've seen things enough times, sometimes you just have to trust what's in front of you and react to it. Right? Like, it's not always forecasting and, before and afters, screenshots of these risk to rewards and stuff. Like, it's a lot of times responding to maybe something that you see in front of you. And how many times have you seen maybe these occurrences that reoccur, right? Reoccurrences, these scenarios. So like this morning, for instance, I was talking about buys. Oh man, yeah, look at my hair there. I just got a haircut. Holy, it's thick there. See the difference? Ow. Like this morning, it's like trusting what's there. It's okay if there's a buy here, this is what's there based on the structure, based on this. If you know how to read price action and structure, gold was dipping this morning. You can see these lows. I was talking about even this morning, like, what people, you might ask, what's the strategy here? It's price. It's reading price, right? It's forming a bias on price and sticking with the price. Like, it's looking at price. Like, there's a lot of people learn trading like there's a strategy in the sense of like you gotta do 1, 2, 3. I always say this: if you think in those terms, you're not gonna be able to find as many trades as someone like me who can be all around flexible. That's why the whole numbers help a lot. If you're able to analyze with the whole numbers, a lot of times they line up into setups that you might not see. So in terms of strategy, it's not always like so practical in the sense of like ABC 1, 2, 3, break this. It's sometimes what you can just spot in moments like this. Look at this morning. All right, look at the lows. Look at the lows. Look at the lows. It's talking about this could come back down into the low, and it's taking the setup there, right? It's taking like the setup and understanding if it breaks the low, then it's invalidated. It's not going to hold. But based on what's here, price should do this or respond a certain way. So it's, a lot of tradings understand how price is being delivered, when it's being delivered, repetition in that. Like, this drops into New York session. I can see the chart. Like, there's no indicators. I'm not using any indicators. I'm not using necessarily a strategy here where you guys think there's like when I say pip and dip's everything. Pip and dip's just understanding gold, understanding the market, right? Like, it's not necessarily a sense of like, okay, this is part 1, A, B, C. It's being on the chart. It's understanding like time of the day, market structure, candlesticks. Like, if you can't read candlesticks, there's a lot you miss in trading. If you can't learn candlesticks or read candlesticks, there's a lot you miss in trading, right? How do you read candlesticks? Spend time on the charts. That's how you read candlesticks. You watch them. You're not going to learn candlesticks from reading a book or just knowing, oh yeah, that's how this. You got to watch the candles. That's how you read candlesticks. It's like same way you watch a movie, you read a book. You got to learn. You got to spend time with it, right? That's why I say part of trading is not always trading. Every stream I jump on, is gold to buy, is gold to sell, and you guys see I do the same thing every day. I sit there, I chill, I talk, and then I analyze the charts, right? I don't rush into it. This morning got in early, but I knew like for me, like I have a lot of experience, so I can handle a drawdown knowing the move can still happen. Like I have enough experience doing that. I think it's practice, repetition, taking trades. I take the same trades usually around the same times. Like how many buys have we taken on gold since January? Around the same times, aka buy the dip. Breaking above, I think it's, like I said, this week, probably it already did a little retest there, but that's like, yeah, it already broke above on smaller time frame retest. Hopefully there can be another one, but this thing's probably going to keep going up, I think. Like, it's already Monday and it broke above 3,000 Monday night. Well, it's Tuesday for the market. You could, like, this is why, like, I wasn't watching gold today. I was really busy, like, during the day, but I caught the buy this morning. Still have one entry. But look, like, this is why I gave this, I did talk about this ahead of time as well. I did talk about this in Discord with Inner Circle as well. I was saying like this could happen sooner or later. Happen sooner. That was a sentence. Those exact words I used. I said this is either gonna happen sooner or later. Break, retest, like if you look at price, like what happened on a smaller time frame, kind of happened right here. We got a buy this morning, a little bit before that candle. Some people were more patient than me, and we caught buys lower, like all in this, ran it up. We were still live as it was going to 3,000. Break and retest right here. Boom. Can you see it? A little one, like a small one, but it's already kind of in fruition. Maybe there can be a bigger pullback. I think it's going to keep going up though. Maybe until Wednesday. Tomorrow's FOMC's Wednesday. Maybe pushes up until Wednesday, or even maybe an interesting situation with the market Wednesday. But this might go to like 2350 long term, which long term could be in the week by next week. Maybe 2325 would be like a swing target if you're looking for like trying to catch buys. I think it would go to 2325, 2350 longer. We're above 3,000 already. I did talk even on Saturday, Sunday with Inner Circle. I talked about this. Even this morning. But yeah, these buys this morning, really based on the price of what I was seeing. Like, think about how many times I've been on the charts, maybe seen something like this. It's a lot of times trusting what's in front of you too. Like, you can't always be scared to take a trade. But like, if you look at this morning, I even talked about this. Like, I was saying words. Like, you gotta listen to sentences I say too, because I'm saying like, okay, like this morning I was even saying like, based on this candle, like it's a bullish reaction, like it's a wick rejection. So it's showing like bullish evidence. I was saying. I was even saying it could come back into the wick, maybe react one more time. But like I was circling those blue spots, like because I talked about, where was I circling those blue? See those little blue scribbles I got there? So those little blue scribbles there, I'm talking about structure, right? The market structure there, I could quickly see something like that. right? And I start talking about, okay, when you're looking at, you go back this morning, I'm talking about, okay, we have a low here. Market runs up, comes back to that low. Inside of that low, that's where so you gotta think this pushes down to drive up, higher high, low, higher low, higher high, comes back into that low, right? Pushes up. I mean, it makes a push here, and it even comes right, like it's trading in the lows. What's happening here is telling you, okay, like something's maintaining here. It based on this, it should deliver. That's what, if I'm seeing something, if I'm like, okay, if something's here, if this is what's here in this moment to potentially react to. It could have went down, invalidated, and that's why I was saying things like, if it goes below the low, I was saying like, if it comes down here, I think I was saying like 83, then it'd be like invalidated. But if you look at even like structure here, starting from this low, where it pushes up, comes down, trades right back into there, right? Pushes back up, same thing, trades right back into the low, pushes up, trades into the low. So when I'm looking at price this morning, it's dumping down. Yeah, but where I'm see my green box here, that's demand, aka support. Simple. Really, really simple. Like, the problem a lot of traders do is like they don't practice, they don't apply like enough of the little basic things. Like, most of you guys think of a support, right and wrong, but most of you guys look at support like this. Something that's touched already. Like, you're looking for 1-2 touches. Okay, I have support confirmed. And then you're looking for the third touch. Yep. Like, what I'm looking for is a low that has shifted price into a high, and I'm looking for that support to be formed in that low, right? Rather than, okay, let's come back to support for the third touch, or I need 2 touches to confirm a support. I'm trading the support, right? That's how I catch these setups live. If you've been following me since January, I've caught a lot of trades live that I've done this. You can go back to the very first stream we did and keep going through, and it's all there. It's all recorded, right? So a lot of traders, right, they don't get the experience of, okay, what if we have a low that's shifted up and the market comes back, trades back to it? Well, what are you going to do here? Are you going to sell price here? So are you selling here? What option do you really have based on the market structure here? Are you going to sell? Or are you going to maybe take the risk that, okay, maybe there's a setup here if the market trades out of this low, right? Look at this morning's chart. When you look at this morning's chart, or, we have support in that whole area, but I'm looking at this low right here. This low, market punches up, trades back into it. So it's like, this is a place where the market could react. It's simple, guys, right? You guys should know this stuff. Like, it's the basics, right? Where, okay, if I have a low and the market comes back to the low, potentially reacting to the low, right? You got to train your eyes to see that stuff. Stop looking at indicators. Stop trying to do all that, smart money stuff. Like, smart money is good, but don't rush trying to be a perfectionist in trading with an overload of information. Because you could just know one thing, and one thing could work for you. You just got to learn to spot that one thing, right? You don't need an overload of information to be a profitable trader. If you have an overload of information, it'll be harder to analyze the charts. You'll have more than one bias usually. You might see more than one thing, is what I'm saying. It needs to push up like what it just did. It was a nice pullback there. Maybe push up to, you could wait for a couple scenarios, maybe push up to 23.10, pull back, then go, or just pull back to here, retest. There was like earlier in the night, not that long ago, I would practice candlesticks, simple stuff, especially with gold. That's why I trade gold only, because if you want accuracy, go look at the Discord, the free Discord I have. Go look at all the charts all the charts I've sent in there from when I started are 4-hour charts mainly. Pretty much every single one, probably 90% of them are 4-hour charts. First one I posted was on January 6th. All those are mainly 4-hour charts. If you want accuracy, there's a difference between accuracy and frequency. I have both. I have the ability of both on any time frame. But where you start where it's easy to gain accuracy is on a higher time frame, like the 4-hour. If you look at all these charts, they're pretty on point. They've all been mainly on the 4-hour time frame. So if you want to make your trading maybe a bit more accurate, a good time frame is always the 4-hour. Doesn't mean you're going to be in trades all the time. Like, you might catch 2 trades a week, confirming a good setup and analysis on the 4-hour chart. Maybe you just, when I say confirming a good analysis in 4-hour on a chart, could be anything to confirm, like a setup, guys, like a break of structure setup. I've shown, like, if you go on my live sessions, I'm telling you guys why I'm taking trades. I'm showing you guys the analysis. I'm describing things beforehand. That's the best way to learn, right? If you guys are on the sessions with me, I'm literally describing, okay, we got this happening, we got rejection, we got a volume point here, whole number, tying things together, right? And some days there might be different scenarios, right? There's no like hidden strategy like out there. It's just, I think, being kind of glued to the market. I have some strategies that hope soon come out, near future. And then just finding what you're good at, because you could limit your trading. You could say, you know what, I'm only going to look at the 4-hour. So I'm only going to look at the 4-hour to confirm some setups, right? Based on that, you're taking trades just based off the 4-hour, and maybe that just blocks a lot of other things out and takes away some excess noise, like extra noise. Yeah, gold might go up till Wednesday, to be honest. I even said this morning. I said this morning, I bet this trade we were taking could probably hold until like Tuesday, Wednesday, like later in the week. I even said that. But yeah, that setup, like, I wouldn't say it was overly complicated. It's just the market's kind of fast at those times. A lot of fluctuations. Took some time for it to move. Notice I'm not always even, like, I'm just like, okay, I have a plan. I see a setup. I'm going to take it. And notice how I don't always look at the trade, too. That's another part, too, where look at that thing. It ended up rocking up. And we were like, whoa. And then we were watching literally hockey on the stream. Top 10 goals. Like, notice I'm not always just glued to the trade. Like, oh my God, what's happening to the trade? Oh my God, what's happening to the trade? Because probably would have closed it. Probably wouldn't have held it as long as I did this morning, right? Like, look at, there's me laughing and giggling. Like we literally were live all the way up to 3,000. We were live for 3 hours this morning. We held it up to 3,000. If I was just glued to, like, looking at my MT5 the entire time, watching it, like, probably wouldn't have, like, held it as much. Sometimes it's just like, following what you see. We've had setups like that one, though, in numerous of sessions since January. So what tonight? You need pullbacks for entries. You'd have to scale in, like small scale ins, because you might, like, if you're looking to scale in, like, you get those pullbacks, it could still dig deeper, right? You want to like layer in your entries, try to swing this thing up till Wednesday. I think it'll go up till Wednesday. I said that this morning, so I think like maybe that says a lot so far. Like overall, like looking for pullbacks, it might just rip up. I said that this morning too. It might just rip up. Rejections, like if it rejects 2310, look for those pullbacks, continuations tonight. I think it'll keep going up. A lot of people are saying $3,500. I think it's gonna go to $3,050, $3,050. I think it's going to keep going up. Only thing that might get in the way is FOMC this week, like the volatility of it. Does it spike it down? Maybe it gives us, maybe it spikes down, gives entries. FOMC this week, Bitcoin. Maybe it's a turning point for crypto. FOMC on Wednesday. I'll probably. I was live. Was I live for the last? I was live for an FOMC. It was good. One time. Well, you got FOMC this week, so I think gold will keep going up, but it could go up. FOMC comes, it ends up spiking down, or price starts to slow down before FOMC, doesn't go up as much, so the range isn't as higher before FOMC, and it's like maybe down lower. FOMC drops it, goes up after. Like, could be multiple scenarios, but we're above 3,000, and that was the plan. If you're in inner circle, I talked about that on Saturday and Sunday too. Like, I think it'll get above 3,000 maybe this week, sooner or later. So it's above 3,000. I think the key now, the goal now is, if you're looking for trades, trying to look to see if it stays above 3,000. So like, understand, like, if you were to buy now, like, you could pull back to 3,000 still and still go up, right? Looking for pullbacks would be best. Still think we're going to go up though on gold. I've been saying the same thing since January. We haven't been looking, like, a couple sells here and there. One on Friday. Friday was the only sells. Where's Friday? Friday sells. Right. Friday was sells. Caught them a little late, but caught some sells. Overall, still bullish. That's why sells, like, not trying to swing any sells. That's why I said, like, even on the weekend, and I said, like, 29.50 is far, but it's, might not even get there. It might just keep going up. So if you have, that's why I said, like, if you're forecasting, forecasts don't always happen. Like, you gotta be able to just kind of spend time watching the candles, learning price, because if you're forecasting, like, price to come down, go up, you might miss key learning points on what price is actually doing. Above 3,000 though, gonna look for buys. Still on gold. I'll look for pullbacks to maybe like 3,005, 3,000 area. If it goes up to 2310, it could do that. I've seen scenarios like this. Like, it could just keep going and then hit 2310 and then have a pullback at 2310 to where it's at, like right now. Can't see your background. Everything should be on. I just saw that. Do you prefer Coinbase? Coinbase. I like to go live in, like, windows of time. New York open. Kind of, this is a good hour. I started, like, not an hour ago, maybe like 45 minutes ago. Almost an hour ago. Started almost an hour ago. This is a good hour to get on. Like, these hours, these times. Tokyo hours, New York hours. I kind of like to go around a window for the market. So yeah, I'm gonna wait for. I'm gonna look for another entry on gold probably tonight, but I'll wait for pullbacks. 2305, 23, $3,500, 23.5. That's crazy. 3,500. Maybe we pull back to there, have a reaction, or in the zone of like 3,500 to 3,000 area for gold. That's why I'll be just watching for tonight. That was the plan I had beginning of the week. FOMC this week, so like Bitcoin, maybe that's a turn, like that's coming out this week, so maybe Bitcoin starts to move after that. Like, might do whatever it wants to do until FOMC or after FOMC market. Ooh, 83,000, see? Boom, boom, boom. Look at that, $83,000 tapped almost. Yeah, FOMC's this week, so I'm wondering, like, is that going to move Bitcoin the right way or help support it? We got the FOMC coming up too. Big little trend line here. So yeah, curious to see what FOMC does with Bitcoin this week after how it moves afterwards. There's been a lot going on just in here. Trump, everything. We've been just hovering above 80,000, which makes sense. Yeah, Bitcoin was a good buy if you took it. Someone in the chat said to take buys. I didn't take buys. But I agreed with what you might have been looking at. Maybe you were looking at that low. That's kind of one thing I said at the beginning. Someone was saying Bitcoin buys in the chat at the beginning. That would have worked. A little pip and dip there right here off that low. I'm good at spotting buys. Like, see this low market almost, well, it actually reaches down into that. Does it go to the moon from here? It looks like a crazy accumulation forming. Like, the price action's been crazy. So that gold, just waiting on gold to set up. It could come down. Yeah, it should come down. Hopefully, retest 3,000 like we planned. Break and retest $3,000 area. That was my plan since the weekend. So, gonna wait for it to come down into that area around $3,000. Look for buys. See if I can hold them up for the week. But yeah, we are above. Think of 3,000. It was kind of like a ceiling. We are above it. So that's like good in the sense of demand. We just broke through it. So all I'm going to really watch tonight is that. FOMC's this week. So we'll pay attention to that on Wednesday. See how that impacts the market. Yeah, I'll probably post a gold chart update. We did again. So we're going to probably be a quicker session tonight. Not a whole lot more to cover since, gold's doing what we want it to. We just need to wait. Yeah, we wanted it to break above, so we're good. We're good. An Ethereum story. April 15th, we're going to the moon, Ethereum, all right? Premiering globally. That's it. That's when Ethereum, April 15th, Ethereum to the moon. Yeah, above 3,000, like it's a clean break. It's a good break above 3,000. It's clean. So like pullbacks, continuations, I think are more likely to happen. People trying to acquire more Bitcoin. Who's he talking to there? I thought that was Jeff Bezos for a second. Yeah, guys, probably a quicker session tonight. I mean, we had a good morning. We're going to be back on tomorrow morning. Interesting. I mean, they don't. Bitcoin doesn't even need a reserve. Same old stuff. FOMC, that's like the major news this week. And what he says. Sui, we know about that. Yeah, like I said, I would look for continuations on gold, like any pullbacks, continuations. Any good pullbacks, maybe 3,005, 3,000 area. Simple as that. So watch, that was the plan. Not much more to go over. If there's any questions in the chat, type them in. Just scrolling through here, seeing what's good. Sui news, I like to see Sui news. Year-end ETH target 4K from 10, target to 4K from 10K, huh? Pullbacks, continuations. That's all I'm looking for tonight on gold. Pullbacks to 3,000. New York session tomorrow. Same time I was on this morning. 7:30, 8 a.m. We're live this morning. What is this? Stupid scammers. So we're going to be live again this tomorrow morning, Tuesday. Same time, New York session. See what the market's doing. Yeah, watch gold tonight. Watch if it comes back. I'd like to see it pull back. Just got to keep an eye on it. Probably going to look for a setup in that area. And just, again, $3,000 area. Break and retest. Market broke above 3,000. Looking for the retest. See if we get that. You could put a pending. We might not hit it. I mean, it might not hit 3,000. Don't know if we're going to get back there, but overall, I think pullback continuation setups are more likely. This thing's probably going to keep going up till Wednesday, but might not get there. It might hit 3,001. That's what I mean. It might hit 3,001 and not hit 3,000. Goes down, hits $3,001. Doesn't hit 3,000. That's what might not get there in that sense. Might miss it by 50 cents. Misses it by literally like 25 cents. So that's what I'd say around that area. I'll post a chart. I'm gonna watch gold for the next 2 hours, 3 hours. Probably just keep an eye on it. Get some stuff done. Organize some stuff for Inner Circle. Then tomorrow we'll be live in the morning. New York session. Quick session tonight. Just update for the market. I might come in at 3,005. It might not hit 3,000 on the dot. I might come into that area overall, but still make the bullish move up. Still trade up. Yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye on gold. You'll see me, you know, if it starts to pull back or look like it's pulling back, setting up again. Like the thing is, like it's above 3,000, guys. So like it's above, it being above 3,000 shows there's demand. Remember what I said this morning? Like if it gets above 3,000, that tells me the market's still bullish. Like like I said this morning, it could just keep going up. Doesn't have to, like the market doesn't have to do the things I want. It's just about staying patient. It could just be ripping. It might just keep going up. The higher it goes, eventually it'll have that pullback. Like there's times like this. The reason I say this is because I've been in situations like this where I'm looking for a bigger pullback. It doesn't happen. It goes up, and then it makes that pullback, but comes not as far back. But yeah, I'll keep an eye on gold tonight. If there's a pullback, gonna be entering in that area. $3,005, 3,000 area. Like if it were to just go up, I would want it to like hit 3,010 and then start that same pullback I'm looking for like right now, or as it's maybe doing right now. But tomorrow, 7:30 / 8:30 range before New York session, we'll be on. That was, I wrote CERT, Eastern time, New York time. So we'll be on the same time I was on this morning, exact same time. If I hit SL, at this level, oh, I think you're talking about the other trade. But yeah, guys, we're gonna wrap it up for the night in a couple minutes here. Smash the like button if you guys got value on the stream here. We're about to wrap it up here. Keep an eye on gold. I think now that we're above $3,000, that just tells us, okay, we broke through that, you know, that force level, strong psychological price. That could keep us up with more demand still. But yeah, guys, we'll be on in the morning. I'm out. I'm gonna go run real quick. I'm gonna go for a run. Watch gold at the same time. I'm gonna keep an eye on it. See if I can catch a trade, maybe a fat one. Look for pullbacks. Want pullbacks on it. Continuations. See y'all tomorrow. Peace, 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 peace.
Jones on the surf on my neck. Stop drinking, babe. Tequila done hits me for leaving. It's like that indica, it tastes like sativa. Anytime that I smoke, the scales be looking like white materials. Is it this or that? If I seek, I'll find how I feel inside. I would like to know. I am super high, I can't feel my eyes. If the love is blind, but I can't see you. Oh yeah, the pantas, 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 the pantas,